Hi guys, welcome to Camel Digital Art Workshops. My name is Netik and I am a multimedia fine artist. And today we're gonna do some crazy artwork. We're gonna do this artwork known as fruity colors. Let's start with the artwork. So I'm using Camlin's Supreme HD Super Dark Pencil to draw the base layout. And then we're gonna move on to the Camel Art Markers. It's gonna be fun guys, trust me. Okay, so first, this is what we're gonna make. First, I'll start making the circle of this sweet line because it's in the center. Your circle doesn't have to be perfect. You can use multiple strokes. Try to draw it super light because we have to erase it in the end. Okay, so we are just outlining all the fruits. Then we'll do the detailing. So the most exciting part about this workshop is going to be the blending of these art markers. Trust me, it's going to be a lot of fun because it's not like watercolors. The blending in this is very different. So stick around till the end to know how to blend it. Okay, we're done with this pencil layout. We'll do the detailing part of this later on. First, we'll start with erasing and making it light and make sure we have like not these scribbled lines, perfect single line. So erase it lightly. I always use this flat side of the eraser to erase it lightly. Okay, so now we'll just mark the lines properly. Start with this fruit. So we are going to use orange color, orange art marker and French vermilion for this one. Keep these shades in handy because since these are art markers, they'll dry out soon, so you need it handy. You can't wait for it to dry and then do the blending part. So make sure it is handy. I'll also be using barium yellow for this lighter area. It has two sides, one is the brush side and one is the chisel side. So we'll use the brush side for this one. And right now I will be using this orange marker up till here. You'll understand in a bit why. Now I'll be using the French vermilion color, again the brush side, and I'll start from the border, as we want the border to be dark and it should blend easily to light inside. So now I'm using orange again to blend this shade, and I'll use orange till where I know that yellow is going to come. Use my French vermilion again. Now I'm using barium yellow, you'll understand why. You start with the light shade. I'm using orange again. You will do for blending is use the light shade again and try to overlap it so that it gives a smooth blending effect. For the leaf, we're going to be using these three colors. One is yellow green, the second is grass green, and third is dark green. Give that dot effect here. So we're going to use the chisel side this time. And we can just do the dots to get that fruity texture. Now I'll again mark the... Now we'll use grass green. Shading, blending. Do it again and again on the same area. After it dries out, you will get a darker shade of the same color. First, I'll just mark using my pencil lightly. I'll mark the center. This time we're going to use the same green shades, but we are also going to use barium yellow with it at the start. So since I'm using the chisel side to show, we can blend with chisel side also. Now since you know there's a gap between these triangles everywhere, so just make sure you leave a gap. Now we'll use our yellow green and just fill up all the empty spaces. Don't overlap with the yellow lines which you have made. Just fill in all the empty spaces. Okay, now we'll move on to the grass green. The borders are dark, the center is light. With the pencil, center, that's my center. And again, just use the pizza method. We'll start with the yellow. We'll start with the barium yellow, again the lighter shade. So now we'll use the sunflower color, which is just a bit darker than the barium yellow. It's not completely dark, just the shade we want. So again we'll use the same method we used for the lemon. Darker on the edges and just a few strokes in the center. So since we want to blend it, we won't completely draw. We'll use our barium yellow again to blend it. Okay, so now we'll quickly move on to this green part, to this full lemon. We're letting it dry out and then we'll do the border. We are using again these four colors, barium yellow plus these greens which we were using, the yellow green, grass green and dark green. So first I'll use the barium yellow to mark this yellow area. For the lime, again we are using sunflower and barium yellow. The same method, just erase it. Now if you're excited about this grapefruit, you have to stay till the end because these colors are going to be very interesting to use. We're going to use sunflower. Again, we'll just mark the darker part and then we'll blend it again with the lighter color. It's just simple, dark, light, light, dark, light. You get that perfect shade. Now, majorly on this fruit, there are shadows which are giving the darker area. So make sure to understand where the shadow is and where it's dropping. If you drew the shadow till here, then it doesn't make sense because it has a very light shadow. So again, barium yellow, we'll blend it. You get that effect. The dots we'll do later on. We'll quickly do this one. Again, the pizza method. This time I'm using it directly. There's no need of doing with the pencil. So I'm using the barium yellow just to mark. These markers come in 120 shades, 60 to 120 shades. So you can get any shade you like. They're so much fun to use with. So for this orange, again, we're going to use orange and French vermilion. So I have used this washi tape for the edges to make sure it doesn't, it stays tidy. But these are alcohol markers, so there's a chance of it going through the paper, under the tape, but it's alright. So just don't use it like this on it. Be careful. So now we're going to use our French vermilion and we'll do the darker area. Now since this orange is a bit darker than this one, we're going to use a different color to make it a bit more dark. I'll show you in a second. Coral haze, the color which we're going to be using in this one, just a bit here to make it little dark. Get that reddish effect. We'll obviously have to blend it, so we're going to use French vermilion. Okay, we'll start with the orange. I'm using barium yellow again in the center. Orange again. Now we'll move on to this final last grapefruit. So for this one we are going to be using these two colors, fruit pink and coral haze. Now quickly we'll cover all these dark places where it's supposed to be black, but we're not going to use black directly. What we're gonna use is we're gonna use the dark green which we have, and we'll cover it all up. Now we're done with the artwork. We'll finally use the correction pen for the white highlights. So to use the correction pen, make sure you have to shake it well. So we'll use our correction pen here. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you've learned something new today, and I hope these tips and techniques were helpful for you guys. So again, if you have done the artwork, do put it on Instagram. I want to see those artworks. I want to see what you've made. Whatever you've made, do upload it. Tag me. My username is Art by Nethik, and do tag Kokuyo Camlin page. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.